Hi folks, it's me Michaela and welcome back to my channel. I am starting a new reading vlog today. For once, I am not about to head off to work. It is actually the evening and I am home from work and I'm starting a reading vlog. So I'm really switching things up. But I just finished reading Quicksilver and I had not read Romantasy in a while. And I was like, I should read more fantasy, romantasy, fun times. And because I was in the mood for that, I decided this is the perfect time to start my reading vlog for the next Throne of Glass book. So I have here for me Crown of Midnight, book number 2 in Throne of Glass. I started reading Throne of Glass a couple of months ago. I read the first book for a reading vlog, which I will link for you in case you want to check it out. I had lots of thoughts and feelings on it, and it was really fun to make. So I'm excited to get into the second book and have even more thoughts and feelings. All of the thoughts, all of the feelings will be happening here. Hopefully they'll be good ones. I overall really had a good time with Throne of Glass, so I did also have some complaints and some confusions. So I'm hoping for similar with Crown of Midnight. I'm not really expecting this series to be my favorite thing ever and for it to be the best thing I ever read. But I also don't think it needs to be that, because what I want to have and what I'm expecting from Throne of Glass is a fun time. I want to have a little bit of a wild ride. I want to have the fantasy. I want to have a little sprinkle of romance. I want it to be fun. I want it to be exciting, And so that's what we're here to do. And by we, I mean me. That's what I'm here to do, is to read this book and have a good time. So I'm going to start this book. I'm going to read a little bit, figure out what's going on, because do I remember all of the details of what happened in Throne of Glass? No. So I'm gonna check out the noggin, dig through the file folders to get back to what happened in Throne of Glass, and then I'll start reading Crown of Midnight, and I'll let you know some of my thoughts once I have thoughts and feelings to tell you the thoughts and feelings. Okay, bye! Hello, I'm back. I just got home from work, and I am now 100 pages into Crown of Midnight. Literally, I just finished reading page 100. The next chapter starts on page 101. How gloriously delicious that is. But I'm 100 pages into this, and so far, it's not quite delivering what I was hoping it was going to be delivering for the first 100 pages of the second book, based off of where the first book ended. Now, I'm also just going to put it out there. This is going to be a vlog with spoilers, okay? It's dedicated to the second book of a series, okay? I can't make a video that's just about one book that's a sequel in a series and not spoil things, okay? If you're not wanting spoilers, go watch my vlog about the first book, okay? That was pretty spoiler free. This point on, I'm gonna be talking about things. So, one, I kind of forgot about all of the hoopla that happened at the end of the first book, just because it felt like the first book was so centered around the Hunger Games-esque competition of the different assassins to be the king's champion or whatever, that I forgot there was a bunch of magic stuff happening. I don't know how I forgot about that, considering that seems like the actual main plot point of the overall series, but I kind of forgot about that. I also was reading it and I don't remember the first book also having Dorian and Kale's point of view, but the more I was reading this and their point of views were showing up, I was maybe the first book did have that and I'm just forgetting that happened, because it is all third person. I don't know, maybe it didn't linger in my mind that it was switching POVs in the first book, but when I first started this, I was this is a single POV novel, just like the first book. And then I was maybe the first book wasn't single POV, and there's actually other POVs other than just Selena's. I don't quite remember. Anyway, after all of the crazy magic stuff that happened at the end of the first book, I was kind of expecting this one to start off being big bang action. And it's kind of having a bit of a slow start to it. There's still stuff happening that is kind of setting things up, and it is only the first 100 pages of the book, so there's still lots of the book to go. But it starts off and it's clearly she's the king's assassin, so she's supposed to be killing people, and then there's this whole part where they make it seem like she kills someone, but it's very obvious, at least it was to me. I was she clearly didn't actually kill this person. And then we find out that she's actually not killing people and she's just pretending to kill people, and I'm sorry, but this is gonna catch up to you so fast. I understand that you're telling telling them either I'm gonna kill you right now or you have to run away and like leave your entire life behind and create a new identity for yourself and blah 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 blah. But like, are you gonna tell me that nobody's gonna see anybody ever? Like nobody, they're gonna run away and like no servant's gonna notice it. It's gonna be announced in the paper about how this guy died and nobody's gonna be like, oh, I actually saw that guy in a train or a carriage or like whatever. Like no one. And then she's just finding corpses to cut the heads off of that look relatively the same, and then is like, oh, he fought back, so that's why his face is unrecognizable. But like, you're supposed to be the best assassin in the world, my dude, so why are you suddenly being kind of not really great at being an assassin, you know? Why is everybody waking up in their sleep when you're supposed to be killing them in their sleep? That seems automatically suspicious to me, but I guess nobody else is finding that suspicious. She also now, they're starting this whole thing, because of course there's like the triangle, the romantic triangle, the love triangle of Selena, Dorian, Kale, okay? It's happening. Personally, I'm team Kale just because like, it's like the prince, she's not going to end up with the prince. And like, I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if Dorian the prince ends up being kind of shady because like, look at who his father is. I'm not saying he's like absolutely linked to whatever weird things his dad's doing on the throne and he's evil, but like, he's not really going against that now, is he? But the whole thing with the love triangle is that they both like her and then she kind of likes both of them, but she's not having a relationship with either of them. And then she's like set to kill this guy who is a lady of the night, fella of the night, if you will. And she like knows him from her past. And again, is like, just says like, oh, I'm supposed to kill you. And like, it trusts him and stuff. And she just like got caught in an office. And she's apparently not questioning being caught in this office when that guy, fella of the night, what's his name? Archer. He's the one who brought her there. So I'm like, this is giving Archer told the guy that you were here, because why else would he show up there in the middle of a ball that he's hosting? Like, that doesn't make any sense, okay? That doesn't make any sense. And then tell me how she's, again, supposed to be like the best assassin in the world, but then she managed to get herself like nicked by a knife that has poison in it. Like, aren't you supposed to be better than this? For being the best assassin in the world, like, she's kind of making a lot of little mistakes that I feel like she shouldn't be making if she's the best in the world or whatever. And then she, like, apparently ran all the way across town while being, like, poisoned and delirious. So I don't know how that girl managed that, but, like, good for you, I guess. Power through. But that's where I'm at. So I'm having thoughts. I'm having feelings. I'm starting to believe that this whole thing of Selena being an assassin, it's supposed to be like in name, she's the best assassin there is, but in reality, she can't be the best assassin there is, because otherwise there's not going to be any plot points, you know? She has to mess up for there to be plot points. And then also, like, if she didn't mess up and got, like, struck by poison, like, how is she supposed to fall into Kale's arms? For the love triangle, the plot demands it. I know this sounds like I'm complaining a lot, but really, like, I'm having a fun time. Like, I have a fun time with this, and then I also have fun in kind of picking it apart. And it's like in love. Like, I'm picking it apart with love, okay? It's fun to have like a little fun time with this. And like, overall, I'm liking it. Because if I didn't like this, I wouldn't be reading it. So there we go. I'm gonna read some more. I'll let you know. I'm gonna get out of this outfit because I've been wearing it all day at work, but I wanted to look cute when I was filming. So there we go. See you. So I've read another like 100-ish pages of Crown of Midnight now. So like, I'm almost halfway through the book. And I'm checking in just, you know, before I go read more for the evening, because I have no idea how much of this I'm going to read tonight. Potentially a lot, potentially none of it. I'm in one of those moods where like I'm either going to Zoom or I'm going to procrastinate. But I'm at the point now where like the slow burning has ended. There's a whole thing where it's like, oh, okay, so like Kale and Selena are together now, which they've been doing this like will they, won't they, forbidden love-ish kind of thing for the entirety of this book. And then also, obviously, there was a bit of like Kale liking her in the last book and her liking him, but like she was kind of with Dorian or whatever. And like, part of me is like, oh my god, they're together, yay. But also I'm kind of like, I expected this slow burn to slower. I was expecting more burn. So I don't know if like maybe it's gonna like pull some kind of like conflict that pulls them apart so that there's more slow burn before they get back together again. But I was kind of expecting it to be closer to the end of the book for them to finally get together. Just because, like, Kale is all so noble and dedicated to his honor or whatever. So, you know, like, sleeping with the assassin isn't really on his bingo card. You know, like, that was a surprise for him, probably. Yeah, so with that part, like, I'm not, like, disappointed with it happening. I'm just, like, surprised that it happened so soon. And then, like, in terms of, like, the rest of the plot, I feel like the magic part of this plot is kind of just, like, moving a little too slowly. Because the thing is, like, with this series, the magic has been banned, but clearly, like, you know, magic coming back plot line, which is kind of intertwined with, like, what's up with this king? Why he's so evil? Plot line. Then there's the, like, romance love triangle plot line, and then there's just like the Selena is an assassin plot line in a way. And like I understand like her being an assassin for the possible evil king and the magic are all kind of like interrelated, but so far they don't feel that connected yet, and so they kind of feel very like separate from each other. It just feels like there's kind of like a lot happening, and because of that it's making the plot feel like very slow to me, and I was expecting this to feel like a very fast paced plot, and it's really not feeling like a lot is happening. So far it's like Selena goes into a tunnel and then talks to a doorknob and is like I don't get it. And then Dorian is like in a library like I don't get it. And then Kale is just like, God damn it, I'm in love with the assassin. And I'm like, what else is happening here? What else is going on? Somebody please clarify. Like, I'm kind of confused. So that's like kind of where I'm at. I will say like Dorian is now becoming, in the last 100 pages, Dorian has become more interesting. Okay. Before he was kind of giving shady, and now he's giving confused. He's having an identity crisis. You know, he's like kind of having a moment, which I get it. You know, like if I suddenly out of the blue discovered that I maybe possibly have illegally banned magic powers, I would probably also be going through a lot. So like I understand that. And I almost kind of want more of that instead of like Selena and Kale like eating dinner or something. I think the thing is, I read Quicksilver before this, and Quicksilver, was it original? No. Was it entertaining? Hell yes. And what I found with that is that it was a romantasy book where the romance was a very integral part of the fantasy plot, which made everything feel very cohesive. With Throne of Glass, because I wouldn't really call this a romantasy, it feels much more like a fantasy that has a romance element. It just is like making it feel a little jagged. It's not quite feeling smooth. It's feeling like the two plots are like displaced and they're desperately trying to fit themselves together. But I think these puzzle pieces might be from completely different puzzles at the moment. So I'm just kind of waiting for all that to come together. And I'm really hoping that now I'm like near the halfway point of this book that things are about to pick up and things are about to happen. Because that is personally what I would like. Otherwise, this book is kind of giving a little second book syndrome, which is weird because, like, how is the second book giving, like, second book, middle book syndrome of, like, an 8-book series? Like, you're nowhere near the middle. But yes, I'm gonna go read more of this, more Crown of Midnight. I'll let you know my thoughts later. I will say I still think Selena is having a little too much trust in people just being able to flee without anyone seeing them. And also, like, girl, don't trust Archer. Like, this guy is giving sleazy, don't trust him. I don't know why she's trusting him. Don't do it. Don't be at that. Don't be at that. But yes. Okay, see you at the next update, because I am yapping. Yippity, yippity yap. So I was right, and things started happening, and things have happened that made Kayla and Selena now not be together. I knew it was happening. I was like, there's no way that they're getting together less than halfway through the second book in a series, and there isn't about to be something that's gonna, like, pull them apart. And was there ever? There has been death, there has been murders, there has been action, there has been kidnappings, and yeah, it's been like a lot. Things have picked up, And, you know, I'm getting a lot more into it. I think the, like, kind of overall series plot is starting to come out a bit more now that we found, you know, secret poems behind secret walls about magic things. I will say that, like, while I was reading that portion, Selena, like, went back down into the tombs or whatever, and it made me think about how she's been going down to this tomb of the magics of the Fays for like 2 books now. She found it in the first book. She's been kind of going down there semi-regularly. It's like this secret tomb that's hidden behind secret tunnels that's through a secret door in her room. And I've realized it's just a door behind a tapestry. Like, are we seriously supposed to believe that in the castle where all the king and the royalty are, where there's Kale, the captain of the guard, who's described as being, like, so, you know, alert and good at his job or whatever with the amazing instincts, and, like, all of the other security guard people, okay, that are happening in this castle that are there, you know, to keep the security. Are we seriously supposed to believe that they didn't look behind tapestries in rooms, like, that nobody knows that this door is here? Because let's not forget that she apparently found another door in the library. That was, like, way before this update. But since I'm on the topic of doors behind tapestries, okay, the door behind a tapestry in the library, how big is this library? She's walking in the library for like hours or something, and she's so deep in this library that's inside the castle. So then how big is the castle? But how big is the library? She walks in it so long that she gets to this like ancient part of this library where there's like no light, there's no torches. So okay, so this must be in the center of the castle. There's no windows in the library. It's dark. So there's no torches. Nobody's going back there ever. How big is this library? And then she finds another tapestry that's like this secret, and she looks behind and there's a secret door and it's locked. But again, are we seriously supposed to believe that nobody in the castle knows about this passageway? The security team put an assassin in a bedroom in a castle and didn't look behind a tapestry on the wall? Like, I can't be the only one who's thinking that is, like, extremely unbelievable. And what else is extremely unbelievable is the fact that Kale got kidnapped. What do you mean the guy that we've been describing as, like, always looking for danger and, like, these super quick instincts, he's always, like, ready to pull his sword out, okay, at any second. He's, like, described like all the time, like somebody like moves in a corner, he's like ready to fight instantly. He got kidnapped by just some random rebel. Like, it wasn't even like that there was like this huge number of people who attacked him in the middle of the night. Like, it seemed like it was pretty easy for these rebels to kidnap him, and he just got like knocked on the back of the head and then like woke up and was like, well, damn, I'm tied to a chair. How did that happen? I feel like that's in the same realm of the area of why is nobody questioning this as like the Selena constantly being described as the best assassin in the world, but then like she keeps like messing up. Like, how did she get cut by a poison blade by just some random dude at a party? And it's like described as because like she can't move in her dress, but it's like she went to the party to go break into an office and she got herself strapped with the weapons because she likes to be prepared, and you're gonna tell me that she showed up to the masked ball where she planned on doing like spy-like sneaky behavior strapped with weapons in a dress she can't move in? I thought she was the best assassin in the world. This feels very highly unprepared. And then I was also thinking that, like, I know, like, now she's the king's champion, so she's kind of known. But even in the first book, it seems like people knew her name and knew her as the best assassin. But, like, surely if you were, like, a famous assassin, like, nobody would know who you were, right? Like, they might know of you, but, like, why do people just know her? And they're like, oh my god, it's you, the best assassin. Like, surely you would remain anonymous if you were really that good. Like, I'm confuzzled. And this is the thing about Throne of Glass. Also, I feel like the fact that this castle is made out of glass is, like, never mentioned. And sometimes it is mentioned, like, on a whim. One line here or there is, like, talking about, like, the glass castle or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I forgot this castle's made of glass. Why are we not talking about that? Like, I feel like that is an aspect of a book series that is called Throne of Glass that I should probably not be forgetting while I'm reading the book. is the glass. Like, I feel like I probably shouldn't be forgetting the glass part. Right? Is that just me? Maybe that's just me. Because that seems weird. Because it happened. Like, I read this. There was just one line. And then it was like, talked about glass in the glass castle. And I was like, oh my god, I forgot that the castle is glass. Or, like, part of it. Like, I forgot that. Totally slipped my mind. I was saying something. Oh, I was talking about the series. Okay, so the series in general is like, I enjoy it. I find it super fun. And I really like doing the vlogs on it like this. I know this is only the second one I've made, but I had so much fun making the first one because overall, this is like really entertaining and I'm really liking it. But there's just some logic flaws that I just have so much fun pointing out and complaining about, okay? Because you gotta make fun of the things you love sometimes. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. But I love enjoying a book, but then also getting to complain about it. It's kind of like when you watch trash TV or when like you watch bad movies because it's fun to watch the bad movie. And it's like, this isn't bad. This is not like the level of like when I read Twisted Love and I was like, this is objectively bad, but I'm having so much fun because it is insane. This is like fine. It's decent. It's good. I think again, if I was like younger, I probably would have like ate this up, but I am in fact not younger. I am almost 30, so that probably changes things a little bit, but like it's fun, it's a good time. I still feel like the romance plot line feels very disconnected from the rest of the plot, but I'm fine with that. I've accepted it. But like it's just fun to point out these silly little things that really are like inconsequential, you know? But I just love to complain about it because I just love to have a good yap. I'm gonna stop yapping now because I have to edit all of this later, so like sorry to future me about that one. But yeah, I have like 100 pages left of Crown of Midnight and I'm highly intrigued into where this is gonna go. Selena and Dorian, okay, they're little biffles again now because Selena's best friend is now dead, so she tried to kill Kale because Kale kind of knew about it, but like not really. It's really not his fault, but like in the moment she kind of had a little mentee bee and tried to murder him, so she was in prison for a little bit, which is like kind of Ako Tako when you find your best friend murdered, so then you try to murder your boyfriend and then he puts you in prison. But then also like a few days later they just like take her out of prison. So now she's back to hating Kale. I guess she didn't hate him before, but now she hates Kale. But she is friends with Dorian. So that's flip-flopping again. I'm gonna finish this book and then I'll let you know my final thoughts. I think like so far it's been giving like 3.5, but I have hopes that the end, the last 100 pages are gonna get like pretty exciting. A lot of things are gonna happen and I'm gonna bump this up to a 4. That's what I'm hoping is gonna happen. We will see what the reality is when I'm done. So a few things that happened since the last time I was talking with you. I have done all of my laundry. I've deep cleaned part of my mattress because like mattresses are really big and I am in fact tiny and weak, so I only got through part of that. I cut my hair, did that, and I finished Crown of Midnight. This is gonna be shocking to us all, including me. I gave this 4.5 stars. The ending of this book really delivered. It delivered. It did. It gave me the tension, the reveals, all of it, okay? It was very good. I want to read the next book. This is how I feel every time I finish a Throne of Glass book. I've only read 2, but still. I like finish it and then I'm like, I need to go get the next one, okay? I'm not going to get the next one right now because I have other reading plans that I need to get to, but like I'm going to need to fit the next book into the schedule very soon. Now, actually, the next book I'm going to read is going to be the prequel, The Assassin's Blade. Yes, The Assassin's Blade. Then I'll get into Heir of Fire. So I'm going to have to like actually wait even longer than to get to the actual next book in the series because the prequel, of course, is not going to continue this. But that's the decision I've made for myself, so it's what we're living with. That's fine. Yeah, the ending of this was pretty crazy, and I will say that there were some things that didn't like quite... Look, I know that this is like not something that should be a sticking point, but how did Kale not know about the door behind the tapestry? Like, this secret door is not very secret, okay? It's literally just behind a picture, basically. That's what a tapestry is just a picture, but it's fabric, okay? And like, nobody looked behind there. Obviously, we know the king, okay, knows about it, so that's fine. But Kale's basically the head of security, and like, they put the assassin that they took out of jail in that bedroom in the first book. Okay, that was before they trusted Selena. And I'm supposed to believe that this man didn't check behind a tapestry to check the security. He's never thought of that. I thought he was supposed to be really good at stuff or something. Like, now he's back to having his like crazy instinct abilities and fighting demons or whatever, even though he's just a man. But that's fine. I was a little worried there that they were gonna kill a dog in this book, and if they did that, that would have been unforgivable. But I will let you know, no dogs were harmed in this book. Well, I mean, the dog was harmed, but the dog didn't die. No dogs died in this book. And I feel like the magic is starting to come around now. Okay. I think the world is getting a little bit more exciting. I think my main thing with this series is that it doesn't feel... I'm not feeling the fantasy world. Like, I don't really feel like the world building is executed in the books in a strong way. I think that like the concept of it, and I think it's planned really well. Like, I think that the world was in fact built, but I think that the way it's explained in the books is not giving the world to me clearly, because now there's like portals and there's other worlds, there's just magic. Apparently there's different kinds of magic. Do we know anything about that? No. Do we even know what the kinds of magic are? No. Do we know why anybody has magic? No. Do we even know what exactly these magic powers are? No. It kind of just seems like whatever is necessary to happen for the plot to continue is what the magic is suddenly able to do. Do we know the difference between magic and words? No. Do we now know about word keys? Yes. Do we have any idea what they look like? No. That's fine. Why are Fae ghosts apparently able to come back and talk to us? No idea. Is the castle still made of glass? Apparently. I keep forgetting that. So there's like a lot of things that just like don't feel solidified because we're spending too much time with Kale just like trying to fall on his own sword to save Selena despite her never asking for it or whatever. You know? And then there's also just like a lot of time looking at books about family trees in the end of this that is quite exciting. So yes, I gave it 4.5 because like the last 100 pages, like things were really moving, things were exciting, didn't want to put the book down, needed to finish it, and I did. So there we go. I feel like I indeed have yapped my yipper out. So with that, you know, like I probably should conclude because I don't want to be repeating myself too much, you know, but I am liking the series. I'm glad I finally decided to pick it up. It is definitely giving like older YA. I was talking when I was reading the first book about how it didn't feel YA in topic, but it felt YA in tone, and I think this book was kind of similar, where I would probably put it into like older YA new adult range, because like I don't really see young teens reading this. I mean, I see them wanting to read it. I just don't know how appropriate it is for a young teen to read this series based off of just like innuendo and relationships and the violence. There's a lot of violence that's described. So, but I kind of wish YA had like two categories inside it, because I feel like the difference between somebody just starting YA and somebody almost being an adult YA is like very different. That's like a whole other conversation though that like I'm not ready to have right now. But I'm ending the video. So if you like the video, make sure to give it a like, give it a little thumbs up. If you happen to like me, consider subscribing. I'd be happy to have you. Let me know down below, have you read Throne of Glass? Are you reading Throne of Glass? What do you think of it? If you've read Crown of Midnight, what did you think of the last 100 pages? And with that, I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.